I just kind of think I damaged my back.
Oh my, that's not good. He said, there's something horribly wrong with you. And I said, yeah, that's probably true.
We do have another episode called Water and Power.
I think we should watch that.
Some people might return, maybe from other shows that we've seen before.
Oh, I hope so.
Maybe. And we're back. We're talking about episode 12, Water and Power.
Yay!
There's some stuff that is revealed.
There are some things that are revealed, and I don't know how to feel still. So we'll find out once I get to the end.
So in the past, it's Emerson keeps getting into detention, and he was a good kid, but now he's like keeps doing bad stuff.
Young Emerson Codd is 11 years, 2 months, 8 days, and 3 hours old.
I love those suits.
He is in big trouble for the crime of inappropriate intentional double entendre during the science fair. He returned the following Monday after a second encounter with Guy Baxter. Young Emerson assured everyone that he would leave Guy alone now, as the bully had no more eyes. Young Emerson's mischief remained an utter mystery. He was in love with Principal Eleanor Swindle. That year, young Emerson learned his most important lesson. Love makes you stupid.
But it's because he's like is attracted to the principal.
He's into the principal, so he keeps getting sent to her office just so he can see her.
So we learned that love can make you do stupid things.
That makes you do stupid and dangerous things.
Yep. So we cut to the present. Randy Man comes to the pie hole to see Olive.
Randy Man is back.
Randy Man, what brings you in out of the cold?
Still the bangs.
For a midwinter thaw.
I'm not a huge fan of the bangs.
Normally
In general,
the
or just
mornings, I
her?
can see my breath from under the sheets, which is kind of
Half
daunting
in general,
because I
mostly
sleep
on her.
in
Okay, that's fair.
But as long as I cocoon myself
she's
in
trying
my
too hard.
comforter
I've
and
always like wanted bangs, but I don't think I
Can I
can pull it
help
off.
I'll
My face
be
is
okay
like-
if there's a satisfying
Bangs are great for a day, and then you're like,
point to
okay,
the story.
that's fine.
And Chuck's like, hooray. Also, Chuck has bangs now, which you had feelings about.
Yeah, well, we saw a little bit in the last episode, but then it's back now, and I just like looked at them. I'm like, I just don't like these, which is bad. I should don't criticize women's appearances, don't criticize their hair, but like sometimes you just gotta say something. You just gotta be like, I don't think that was the look.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the look.
I only try to criticize people if they're horrible people.
That's true. They're not,
And even then,
not horrible
criticize
people.
them on their appearance and how horrible they are.
Right? Yeah. No, I mean, even terrible people, you shouldn't criticize their appearance for the most part, unless they deserve it. Anyway, so yeah, I was not a fan of the bangs. Just didn't do it for me.
Oh,
Randy's back.
to see Olive in an awkward, I was nowhere near your neighborhood, but I thought I'd stop by kind of way.
Yeah, I'm happy. Olive's been through a tough patch that I may have made tougher, and by may have, I mean definitely did. I want this to work out with Randy. What better place to nurture romance than the pie hole?
Hey, Ned.
All the right.
So then Ned and Chuck are talking about seeing like Olive and Randy doing a thing. Ned's, I think, still a little bit jealous.
Yeah. Ned's got some feelings to sort out.
I think part of it is also the fact that they can have a normal relationship where they can touch and like cuddle and kiss, and him and Chuck can't. So it's like still that thing.
Yeah, it's something that they want and they wish they could have but cannot.
Or polygamy.
Yay!
Or polyamory might be better.
Polyamory, yeah.
Yeah. Because one's less.
Polyamory has nothing to do with marriage. So
You can get married though if you're polyamorous,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, you can,
Okay.
but it's not a requirement. Whereas polygamy is directly implies that you're marrying multiple
Also can
people.
sometimes be abusive.
Oh no!
Anyway.
Our love has grown and survived in spite of everything we've been through.
We have been through a lot.
And here it
That is true.
to us,
Yeah.
our sixth-
And here's to Randy and Olive. May they have smooth sailing ahead.
And I will not be jealous.
Cheers. Oh, just decided to call it quits too much too soon. Actually, it was just me, singular. So,
Olive!
I would say it
no.
was me who decided to call it quit. You know what? I'll be in the kitchen rationalizing my panic attack.
Bye.
And overboard.
But basically, Ned and Chuck are talking about like the right ingredients for love, and then Chuck's like, love is hardier than that, and they've meant that they've been through a lot, and then they notice that Randy's leaving, and that Olive basically broke it off, and we're like, but why?
It looked like it was going great, and then it wasn't.
And it's gone.
It happens.
Randy, you know when people are nervous, sometimes it's really easy to misunderstand what they mean.
suddenly she said goodbye and thanks for coming. Then she shook my hand, which was weird.
It's been really hard. It's like driving a car blindfolded. You just have to relax.
Relax.
So then Chuck talks to Randy, try to explain what Olive meant by like what she was doing and like her anxieties, like that kind of thing.
Right, because like Olive was afraid of getting into something, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So then Ned tries to talk to Olive about like it's like, look, love's hard, but you gotta like, you know, work at it and like see what happens maybe.
Yeah.
You're telling me these things are hard to make work? I know that because you taught me.
Maybe that's why Randy's scary
Damn
to you,
it,
because
Ned.
you're not used to something.
I'm that girl in high school who's afraid of real relationships, so she's always attracted to guys in college. Or Canada. Or you.
I just want you to be happy. Yes.
A quick fling to heal the scars and rub ointment on the burns from us and then rip off and toss away like a used square of gauze.
Not yes.
He's Randy Rebound.
No.
Hey,
Oh no.
As the pie maker
What did Randy
began
do to
doubt
you?
his plan
No,
to
be nice to
reunite the
him.
would-be lover.
and then I was like, what? I was like tempted to like. She's like, she compared something to high school or it was possible for college guys or Ned. And maybe she's like, or like she's thinking I'm in, or like, well, we're gonna abandon her. So then she's like, why don't I like use Randy as a rebound? And we're like, don't do that.
No, he's too nice. Don't rebound off of him.
Because he's sweet.
Yes.
And doesn't deserve this.
He's good and does not deserve this.
So let's not. But anyway. Anyway, let's cut to Emerson, who goes through a lot
Yes.
in this episode. But first it's good because he is in his office and Simone's here. Hooray.
Yes.
Simone Hundy,
Hey.
breeder of wealth.
You should know neither bubblegum nor I are prone to bolting. Sounds like there's a story.
There was a story.
There was a
Emerson
story.
had once fallen for a woman who had bolted and taken their baby daughter to boot.
Does it have to do with this book?
Emerson had written a pop-up book
Tell
about his missing
Simone!
daughter in hopes that
She should
one
probably
day
know that.
he would get it published and she would read it and come find him.
It's nothing.
But we did agree to be honest with each other.
I am being
I like you.
Because apparently she was like at a dog convention for weeks.
It happens.
Or whatever.
Whatever she had going on.
But like, you know, they're cute.
Yeah, they're cute. It's nice to see people happy.
It is. So they're talking about stuff. And then also she finds a pop-up book that was for his daughter. And that apparently hasn't told Simone about that.
Hasn't mentioned the whole having a daughter thing.
I feel like that's something that like...
Probably should do that.
There's a difference between like introducing your child to your new romantic partner and like telling your romantic partner.
Yeah. Right. Yes. That should be one of the first things that you mention.
Yes.
Just like be like, hey, by the way,
Agree.
have a child.
Yep. And Simone's like, I like honesty and I don't like being surprised. And we're like, tell her.
You're in for a rude awakening.
So, but then we see a woman come in, Amelia Stingwell.
Forgive me, but your door was ajar.
Well, just because it was ajar doesn't change the fact that it was a door before it was ajar, which would indicate to most people to a knock before a entering.
How are you, Emerson? Raleigh was killed last night.
I'm sorry about your loss.
He'd pop a vein if he knew I were here asking you to solve his murder, but...
The damn ruby.
The DAM dropped the N ruby, as in a very valuable precious stone dug up when they built it.
He always had it with him.
Got a little
You never
pun.
took it off.
So good.
After everything that happened all those years ago, Emerson, I'd say it was the least that you could do. Good day.
Yes. And her brother, Roland Stingwell, who built the dam, has been murdered. It looks like, or has died. And we can't find this rare jewel that was like part of the family. It's called the Dam Ruby.
We can't find the damn ruby.
DAM, but it was an excuse to say dam a lot.
But yes, but there is an actual physical dam involved in this episode.
And there is a ruby.
There is a ruby.
And it's a very nice ruby.
It's the damn ruby.
Yes. So that's that, and basically, like we don't know what happened to him. Let's find out. And basically, but Amelia also says that Roland would have hated her for coming to Emerson after what happened 9 years ago, and we're like,
Something
what were you thinking?
happened with the lady. Something happened with a lady.
But Emerson still says like he'll try to figure out what happened.
What happened?
I love a good fan.
It's nothing.
The facts were these. Roland Raleigh Stingwell. What engagements engaged Raleigh Stingwell in the following hours were not known until the next morning, when his body
It is a nice
was
ruby.
discovered
Damn.
in a dry riverbed 1/2 mile from the dam.
You had to, didn't you?
I had to.
We find out that Roland was found about 1/2 mile from the dam.
Yes.
When he was found dead, and they go to the morgue. And so unfortunately for Roland, his head has gotten twisted.
It's backwards.
It's backwards.
It's backwards.
That's unfortunate.
He's looking behind him.
Oh, the poor man and his poor head.
This is fine.
Just think of him like an owl.
Who?
You said who like an owl.
He stole away the love of my life, and the daffy thing about it is, I paid him to do it. I trusted you, Cod.
Hey, you got your money back.
But now, here in,
A limbo-y non-denominational way station?
Sure.
the anger has gone. It does make me feel better.
Who killed you, Stingwell?
You really want to know? It was Lila Robinson herself. I assumed she came back to steal the ruby.
Oh, man, I wish you'd have said anyone else.
So they wake him up. And it's like this whole thing of like we learned that apparently Roland and Emerson knew each other at a point,
Yes, they have a history
which we'll get to, involving a lady
involving a lady.
who Emerson might have stolen from Roland.
Perhaps.
And this woman might have also killed Roland. Her name is Lila Robinson.
Lila Robinson.
She's probably like a con woman type person, but that's who he's saying killed him and stole the damn ruby.
Yes.
And after we kill Roland again, we say who's Lila.
Thank you for your time.
Well,
Who the heck is Lila Robinson?
got an idea?
She's the baby mama that took my daughter.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
You good?
Yeah. Yes, I think.
How can you...
And so this is Emerson's ex and also his baby mama.
His baby mama, the mother of his child who, ran away and all that stuff.
The mother anyway, not the daughter.
Yeah, correct.
The daughter did nothing wrong.
The daughter did nothing wrong.
So we go back to the pie hole and Chuck's like, why you didn't tell me what a daughter? What? Like,
What?
how dare you? Like, I can't believe this. The first time I'm hearing all of this.
You know you ain't fooling nobody.
Huh?
I know that every secret I tell you spends about 20 seconds being a secret before it spills out of your mouth and into dead girls' ears.
Now, that is not true.
It's true.
It's true, but I still can't believe that you didn't tell me. What about Simone? Does she know?
Simone doesn't know.
I'll take that as a no.
She knew.
She knew because Emerson's like, look, I know that if I tell Ned something, it's gonna go right to you.
Right, yeah.
So I know you know, so stop playing. And that it's a complicated story, and so then we kind of get that story.
Raleigh Stingwell hired the PI to tail his fiancée, Miss Emily von Alistair, who Raleigh suspected
Remember?
was having an affair. The affair, however, was with a dead man.
The first
one
show we ever
Henry
did on this
David
channel.
Thoreau.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
And her
yeah,
furtive trips away seemed to show
They're like,
only her desire
No, I
for
saw
a
the name
moment
come
of
up and I was like, oh.
solitude and ornithology. With each passing thermos, the private investigator grew more blind to the fact that he was fast approaching the thin line between stakeout and make
Make out.
Emerson hesitated,
Shake out, make out.
knowing it was wrong.
There's something I need to tell you that I should probably keep to myself.
Okay.
Emerson Codd would discover that Emily was Lila Robinson, a grifter come to town to steal Stingwell's damn ruby. She did not love the millionaire at all. 22 days later, what he could not return was his client's fiancée, or the new life growing inside her.
Oh, is it a little...
Furious, Stingwell for good. Lila promised to keep on the straight and narrow, while Stingwell went on to build Papin County water and power into a juggernaut.
Well, which is that Roland hired Emerson to spy on his fiance, who was Emily von Alistair.
Yes.
And played by Gina Torres.
Gina Torres.
Who you might remember when our first show, Firefly, she was Zoe.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times.
Good times. That was a long time ago we did that.
Yes, and our sound quality was great then.
Was questionable. You should go back and listen to it anyway. It was fun.
I love Gina Torres.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, and like here, like they made her look like really like femme fatale.
Yes.
Like, and I'm like, I like it.
Very fun.
So, but she basically like, cause like basically she like would go places, like and not say like where she was going. So Emerson was like spy on her, but she just kind of like wanted a break from wedding planning.
Yeah.
And then saw that Emerson was like spying on her, so they were like hanging out.
Yeah.
And talking. And then Emily reveals that her name is Lila, and she's a con woman, and she wants the damn ruby, and doesn't actually love Roland.
Yeah.
But her and Emerson have kind of fallen in love a bit, and then Emerson gives back the money to Roland, which is nice.
Yes.
And then they reveal that him and Lila are in love, and that also she's pregnant.
She is expecting a baby. It is inside of her.
And Roland says that he's going to put Lila away if she ever comes near again. And hooray! And then nothing bad happened ever.
No, it was all fine. Everyone live happily ever after.
So they go to the dam.
I'll be your damn guide. When there's a bigger group, this is where I wait for the laugh to die down.
Actually, we invited guests of the Stingwell family here on account of Roland Stingwell's untimely death.
Damn sad is what it is. If you'll follow me.
You knew who Lila was. Did you really not see it coming?
I guess I was just blinded.
Say cheese! Should you be planning to blow up the dam and flood the valley, one copy is kept on file and another is available for purchase as a keepsake in our gift shop on the way out. This way.
Have you seen this woman before?
And they meet like tour guides, and they explain like a picture's taken when as you're like entering, and for like security purposes.
And for souvenir purposes. It is available for purchase.
And then we also find out like why Lila left in the first place.
Yeah.
What basically she couldn't like fully give up her criminal impulses, and she still wanted the ruby.
Yep.
But she couldn't get it, so then she just stole $50,000, took the daughter, and ran.
And left.
Which, like, rude.
Yes, a little bit.
Yep. So they go up to Roland's office. They meet a secretary, Trish, who seems adorable but also crazy.
Yeah, I'd say the police are on the wrong track.
I agree. I tried to tell them my theory, but they weren't interested.
I'm interested.
I caught a local factory dumping toxic chemicals into the dam reservoir.
You blew the whistle, you go, girl.
Well, one drop of certain mind-altering drugs, and we'll all be zombies under the control of those secret signals on FM radio.
Brother.
It's a public health issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
You tell him, sister.
Well,
A little bit. She's a little,
She might be you.
Is that how you picture me being when I'm old?
I mean, she's kind of a conspiracy nut, so that's why I'm assuming.
I'm not really a conspiracy nut, though.
You like conspiracies.
I flirt with conspiracies. But
Wasn't Gravity Falls is a whole your whole delve into loving conspiracies and talking about it to me.
That was fun. But I'm not like a huge conspiracy junkie, just a little bit. But that lady probably is me when I'm old and gray, a little bit.
But Trish admits that Lila saw Roland on the day of his death, so not looking good for Lila. And also that the police weren't interested in Lila. They were interested in the contract that Roland was using to negotiate to redo all the pipes in the dam. And says that the local toxic factories have been, she says toxic factories have been dumping toxic waste. And Emerson notes the door to Roland's private exit, which leads to a stairwell.
do you care that I have important information?
Oh, we do. We want to hear all about your theory.
Do we?
You got 100 angry farmers who had to cough up Bill for water because he dammed up their river. Not to mention a ruby that he flaunted like a trophy wife at a high school reunion.
Maybe I wouldn't mind a little help bring down the hammer of justice on whatever lowlife did this. Doesn't matter to me if the hammer's public or private, as long as the nail gets hit on the head. You catch my drift?
I do not.
Catch the bitch. Use any and everything you got, move quickly.
And Emerson checks out and finds a police detective named Lawrence Pudgett. Checking on that path, and Emerson's like, "Hey, why don't you help me find this Lila chick?"
Yeah.
Let's just have more hands on this because I want to find her, and then maybe I can get my kid back.
Yeah, and they make a note that he never likes to work with these guys. But he's willing to work with them because he wants to find this person.
Yep. Emerson goes back to his office, and we see Simone there, and she's like, I need to tell you something.
There's something I've got to tell you.
There's something I gotta tell you, too. And I really hate to tell you now, because now it looks like I'm just telling you because I have to.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
Hey.
Long time no see, honey.
Lila.
There she is. Don't hurt Simone.
No.
No, she's an innocent.
She's...
And he's like, I need to tell you something. So he's about to, like, open up about, you know,
the
whole kid thing.
About having a child, yes.
And she basically says that I'm sorry, and apparently Lila's there.
Lila's there.
Hooray! With a gun.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
As she is often in these times. Has a gun on her.
She lied to Simone to help, like, get her in there, and she wants Emerson to clear her name, basically like, I didn't do this, and that if she does, to let her see his daughter, which you forgot to say, that we get her name, and it's Penny.
It's Penny.
I'm in town to see you. You really should lock your office door. No telling what kind of riff-raff will blow in.
Ooh.
I didn't kill Stingwell or steal his damn ruby. But as soon as the cops find out that I was there when he was killed,
I love the way
they'll
she
be
looks.
all over me like weevils on rice.
Maybe they know all.
Again.
Who's Penny?
Penny's the price I paid for thinking with my heart and not my head.
Oof.
Penny's my daughter. That's what I was just about to tell you. Surprise.
I'll give you 4.
She's lied so damn much in her life, her eyes look like that permanently. What's to stop me from taking that little toy gun of yours and pushing your delicate frame through my wall?
Xylazine.
Come again?
Hooray!
He knows how to pick them.
It was what?
That's nice, yeah.
Oh, she's cute.
And also, so Simone finds out about this, which, you know, not great.
No, yeah, she does not like secrets being kept from her. Which is like fair.
But so basically, it's like, when you clear my name, I'll let you see your daughter. We can, like, set up something. But Simone kind of thinks that Lila's lying, and then also drugs Emerson and Simone with horse tranquilizer.
Yay! Which is the appropriate way to respond, right? When you want
It's better
to
than
get your point across.
It's better than shooting.
That's true. Better than shooting.
But we know who the real killer is. The dead man told us so. Insofar as the dead man can tell us anything, by way of some very strong leads acquired in a normal and straightforward way.
If Lila has Penny,
No
then
waking
she
the
holds
dead.
all the cards.
We don't even know for sure if Lila has his daughter. She could be lying about that too. She's playing him. Most of it. When someone backs you into a corner, you don't get obedient, you bite back.
Simone, wait.
All I ask from him is that we start out with honesty and no surprises. I would say this qualifies as a surprise.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, yes, correct. So at this point, Emerson is basically, like, trying to, like, wants to do, find, like, look at everybody else but Lila, so that he can see his daughter, and we're just like,
right.
But, like, it still kind of looks like Lila did it.
Yeah.
Simone goes to the pie hole to tell Ned and Chuck that, what Emerson's doing. But Simone kind of wants to, like, go after Lila to figure out, like, if she did it, and it's still a bit peeved, which fair.
Yeah, no, she's not happy about the situation.
Nope. Chuck tries to go after her.
And she doesn't like how the situation's being handled. She doesn't like what Emerson's
No, she doesn't like
doing.
it.
She wants to do things her own way.
Yep. Also, Olive and Randy are back at the pie hole, and she apologizes.
Sure.
First off, I just want to say I'm sorry if it feels like I'm sending you mixed signals by asking you to come back.
Well, I guess I was a little surprised.
Well, signals are like nuts. Mixed is better. And who wants all the same kind, right? And what's important is that we have a fresh start.
You're not just planning on using me to get over Ned, are you?
No. Sometimes things are so absurd.
If you're not ready, I get that. But, you know, I've been through this before.
This poor kid.
I don't want to be your rebound guy.
Wait, there it is again. Nothing.
Why are we hurting him?
This is a bad time to talk.
And it's like, Erin's like, you're not using me as a rebound, are you?
And she's like, what?
No. And he's like,
not at all.
Okay, because, like, I've been that guy before. And we're just like,
oh, no.
Just stay, he seems nice.
He just seems like a nice
Like,
guy. Just give him a chance.
Why does it be like a rebound thing? Just, like, give it a chance, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Let it evolve naturally.
Olive, I have a question. Can love make you do something absolutely crazy?
I went to a nunnery.
Have a great time tonight.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
You're right.
And then, but it's like Ned and Oliver kind of talking about like, can love make you do crazy things? And then Oliver's like, I went to a nunnery.
It's true.
So then,
She did go to a nunnery.
then it's like, we gotta help out Emerson. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So they're interviewing like all these like farmers whose water would have been messed up by like the toxic stuff.
Right.
When is your birthday, Precious?
December.
Funny, I would have bet you were an autumn birthday. See, the deep orange of orchid embers and Asiatic lilies makes your skin tone glow.
Oh, well, actually, I have 2 birthdays, and my second one's in the fall, so actually, you're right.
Your gibberish is sweet, honey. Keep the flowers.
God bless.
I'm
Whoever has the water has the power.
Episode title.
What about the...
So they go to the last one, Michael Brunt, who makes like flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Makes flowers, grows flowers.
He just makes them. He's like, bam, flowers.
And basically says like, if I wanted to go roll, I would have done it years ago when I was like super mad, but now I'm kind of like meh.
But now he's living the good life. He's got flowers.
Yep.
You can't be
And
mad when you're growing flowers.
so then they check the secretary's theory about the toxic waste.
And there's some validity to it, actually.
We appreciate you coming out to talk to us on such short notice. We're investigating the death of Roland Stingwell.
His assistant said there was a heated legal dispute between Mr. Stingwell and your clients, the Fits and Giggles Novelty Company.
These are baseless allegations.
Our client did not, nor would they ever dispose of any kind of chemicals into the reservoir. This is a categorical denial.
Maybe once. And one time only.
Once we may have inadvertently allowed a small amount of chemicals into the reservoir, but it was a long time ago.
It was Tuesday. Very, very early Tuesday, nearly Monday. We are Mennonites, which would not normally be a liability were it not for our own personal commitment not to lie.
But to be clear, in regards to chemicals that were or were not dumped into the reservoir at an indeterminate time.
Last Tuesday.
2 a.m.-ish.
2:39 in the morning.
There was a spill.
And that's the truth.
Only the chemicals we use to make things glow in the dark, which are nearly identical to pure drinking water.
Pure drinking water with chemicals in it.
We'll pay the fine to the appropriate authorities.
Great.
Perfect.
What?
I said there's some validity
There
to it,
is.
actually. The what is it? The lawyers?
Who are Mennonites?
The lawyers are Mennonites, so they can't actually lie. So they don't
Why
really make for
become
great.
lawyers?
Yeah, don't make for great lawyers.
Lost my train of thought. Who work for a novelty company that is. They did accidentally dump glow in the dark. I think it's like a toy company, actually, and they accidentally dumped glow in the dark chemicals, which like aren't really damaging, but they can cause stuff to glow in the dark.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just like water
With
chemicals in it.
So like what is it? Like the smart water?
Mm-hmm.
Does that have chemicals in it?
Isn't everything technically chemicals?
That is true.
It's kind of why chemistry is a thing. Got to be more specific about what kind of chemicals we're working with, because everything is chemicals. One time I got kind of on someone's case about that, where they're like, "It's great, it's all natural. There's no chemicals in it." I was like, "What kind of chemicals?" And they're like, "Well, there's no chemicals." I'm like, "Well, everything's chemical.
Water's a chemical.
Like literally.
Oxygen's a chemical.
Yes, like periodic table of elements here. Like chemicals are everywhere. So like, what kind of chemicals? They're like, well, it's like the bad stuff. I'm like what? And I did not get an answer. So like if you're gonna come at me trying like with your MLMs or whatever, and you're trying to tell me doesn't have harmful chemicals, like give me the chemicals, give me the names. I want names before you try to sell me on any of that BS. Okay, continue please.
You good?
I think good now.
Do you have another rant on MLMs?
Yes, I'll save it for another day though.
I do agree with you 1,000%, but
thank you.
Pushing Daisies.
Pushing Daisies.
So, but Simone, and then Chuck and Ned and Oliver kind of like, we need to like kind of figure out, because like their point, they're thinking like, okay, Lila did this. We need to go through that. So then,
But at least I'm not a chump just sitting around here doing nothing.
Oh, Emerson.
Poor Emerson. We can't just sit here. We've got to do something. Quit gawking at each other and let's go.
Across
Olive for the
town,
win.
a signal was set.
Emerson?
Don't hurt Olive.
Who are you? Did you hang the lantern in the window?
Who are you?
I hung the lantern, bitch. We need to talk.
Sit tight, sister. You're in the jam now.
I should have skedaddled when I had the chance.
Yeah. Catfight. Gunfight. There's a gun.
Aw. Chance with guns fight.
Olive tries to go find Emerson in his office, and there's like a red lantern. And then Lila's there with a gun, but we find out Simone put up the lantern, and there's like a bit of a scuffle.
Yes.
I was ready to leave him for not showing me all his cards. Now that I know the card he was stuck holding was the lying queen of empty hearts, I'm back to deal again.
Then deal. You've got the gun.
My guess is you ditched her a long time ago. Then when you ran out of money, you came back to try again for the damn ruby and rubbed Stingwell out in the role.
Which? I'm sorry, am I playing too?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. Continue.
She has my eyes and Emerson's big heart.
It's so sweet. And evil, right?
Who's watching the kid?
Watch it! I got it! I got the gun! Ah, shoot.
Because Simone thinks that, like, probably Lila gave up Penny because, like, she's still a criminal. So, like, why would you want a child?
Simone does not believe a gosh dang thing.
I mean,
that Lila says, and she has a good reason to. She's very valid in her concerns.
Which, like, I get of, like that kind of makes sense of, like you would have, like, put the daughter somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think it would have been easier for Emerson to find. But then she's like, no, she's with me. Like, in a hotel room. So it's fine. And then I kind of wonder, like, so is, like, she, like, not been a criminal for a while? Until now?
Mm-hmm.
Although it kind of sounds like that because, like, I think we got revealed later that, like, she went to see Roland to pay him back. So I think, like, maybe she hasn't done a ton of criminal stuff, but like, she still has, like, some stuff that, like...
But the thing about it is, you can't really trust anything that she says.
No.
Like, that, like, they
especially at the end.
They make it known throughout this whole episode that, like, you cannot trust what she says. There's things that she says that are true. There's things that she says that are obviously not true. You don't know what those are. Like, they make it very good at making her a convincing liar.
Yeah.
Because, like, you spend the whole time really not knowing.
Yeah. So then Simone and Lila struggle with the gun. And as doing that, Olive grabs the gun and, like, dumps out all the bullets. But then as the scuffle was going, Simone grabbed the tranquilizer.
Yes.
So hooray.
Yay.
Then Lila runs. And I guess, like, the whole thing was a scheme. I don't know if the gun, like, the dumping out the gun thing was kind of a scheme.
Right, yeah.
I kind of feel like that might have been, like a nice mistake. But also Randy's there to help out.
Well played.
Thank you.
Did you get her?
She was in a big rush.
This is so much more fun than dinner and a movie.
Aw. I love how game he is ready.
He likes her.
Yay! Randy, again, he's game for anything. He's like, this is way better than going to dinner and movie. I think that's what Olive says. It's like, this is way better than going to dinner and movie, which, like, I guess. But I mean, I would prefer a date without a gun pointed at me. But otherwise, like, I'm down.
What about, like, a water gun?
Even then, but, like, I wore a nice shirt because it was a date. I don't want it to get wet.
But as this was going on, this was kind of a distraction so that Ned and Chuck could get into Lila's trunk and, like, figure out where she's going and, like, that kind of thing.
The player failed to realize she herself was being played by Chuck and the Pie Maker.
Well.
Remained unaware of her hidden card.
If love does make you stupid, then we must really love Emerson.
This feels unsafe.
Yes, it does.
Very.
Ned?
Yeah.
Just have more to lose.
Why love something? Because we can.
Oh.
In my experience, when you're hiding in the trunk of a car, it's best not to chat.
Fair. Yeah. She right. So, like, I want to talk about this. Why are Ned and Chuck in a trunk that is a tight space together when, like, one little slip?
Yeah, not super smart
That
of
was,
them.
I mean, I'm like, you've been doing this for a long time. Was this smart?
No.
Like, unless, like, every single part of your body is covered, and we know
Right.
your head's not covered, and we know, like, no matter what part you touch. And it sounds like they were trying to angle so like their heads weren't touching, and like they might have been wearing gloves. I forget.
Mm-hmm. And also, if he wasn't wearing long socks, that could have been a problem.
It looked like he was wearing long. Okay, but still,
He's got to be wearing at least knee highs.
This seems flawed after this much amount of time.
Yeah.
So they're talking about their relationship, and they admit that it's hard, and they wonder if it's like worth it. I don't know if like I kind of was like wondering if like if this continued on, were they working up towards a breakup?
I don't know.
And then like Ned and Oliver are gonna do something.
I don't know.
Because like their relationship's like very like fairy tale based, but like I'm kind of wondering like if they were.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't mind.
Right.
Like one, like, if it worked, if you have a storyline, go ahead. Emerson also goes to the dam and checks the photo machine, and
Across town, the desperate investigator returned one last time in search of some damn evidence.
Lila Robinson, a.k.a. Emily Von Alistair.
You got it all wrong, Puget.
What I got wrong was you. Thought you were wild goosing me with a bogus tip to throw us monkey suits off.
Maybe that's exactly what I did. Maybe I got you hook, line, and sinking, wasting time chasing Lila while I popped the real perp.
Here she's on her way out. A half hour after Stingwell's assistant saw our victim for the last time. That's motive and opportunity. How she got the body where she got it, I'll just let the jury use their imaginations.
Overcome with the 100% certainty that he would never see his daughter again. And then he was unovercome by an idea that had a 1% chance of being correct.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry I bolted on you.
That's okay. You here now? Come on.
As the private
Yay!
eye set out to test his...
the other detective was there, and basically saying like, "Hey, thanks for the information about Lila. We're gonna go get her." And then Simone's there with Emerson, and they want to, and they're still trying to figure out a way to like to see that if it wasn't Lila. So we say that like there was like a photo of Lila coming in, and there's a photo of her leaving 3 hours later.
Yeah.
But like it's not a great. But like one of them's like clearly of her.
Yes.
And the other one is like
very obscured.
Like her hair. So Emerson and Simone go out to his office.
Yeah, I knew it. Delivered the same day that Stingwell was murdered.
Oh, snap.
They meant to do that.
Where's Brunt's Flower Farm? But if pipes need renovating...
Probably means they're leaky. Leaky pipes means...
water. Or in this case, glow-in-the-dark water, on account of a toy company dumping their chemicals. So he decides to deliver the flowers himself because he wants to talk to the man.
Lila said she and Stingwell had it out. She said he thought she came to kill him for the ruby.
And now he overhears this, and he has the perfect plan to solve all his problems and steal the damn ruby for himself.
But if Brunt did it, what about the pictures of Lila leaving the dam just after Stingwell was murdered?
And they look at the pipe schematics on the wall, and he's kind of like gets a theory about like where like the biggest leak was and which farm was it on, and it was on I don't even remember his name. Michael, for it's like his farm, so it kind of and like we're seeing later like his flowers are glowing in the dark, so we're kind of wondering,
right,
that kind of thing. Also, as Ned and Chuck were talking in the trunk, Lila comes up and it's like, really?
She's like, if you're gonna hide out, don't talk, you idiots. And I'm like, yes, thank you. I'm glad we acknowledged this.
And then she takes all their clothes, and it was winter, so they were cold.
Well, they were 3 blocks away. I wasn't comfortable jumping the curb.
Okay, right? I mean, they have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, after you disarm that crazy-ass she-wolf.
If you could read my mind, and I'm really glad you can't. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to tell you anyway.
When?
Now.
Okay.
I've been through a lot, Randy. I'm going to be difficult.
I know it's stupid for me to be the rebound guy. You might forget you ever bounced. At least I'm willing to take that chance.
Aw.
Well, if we're careful, and there might be a way to do it smart, we could do it without hurting.
Aw. Hooray! 2 people who deserve to be happy.
How was that?
That was brilliant. Whew, the thoughts I have for Ned just went right out of my head. And are standing right outside the door.
Clearing.
Crossing.
Ruined.
Lila caught us.
Why are these flowers glowing in the dark?
Good question.
Great question. They were in their undies.
So then we go back to the pie hole,
And they couldn't even huddle for warmth.
Oh no!
That's horrible.
That's so sad. But we also find out that Randy and Olive go back to the pile because they lost the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then Olive admits that she was going to use Randy as a rebound, but she can't do it now because we think that, like, she might have actual feelings or that, like, she's difficult. So, like, Randy, do you really want to be a part of this? And he's kind of like, yeah. And then they kiss and it's cute.
It is cute. Like she does like him. And so that she does, it's good that she sees the error in her ways and being like, I should not use nice people.
Yes.
Correct. Do not use people.
So we go back to Simone and Emerson and
Be careful. All right, now.
I'll make she climb that because I think she's wearing heels.
Get ready for this moment.
She's just that badass.
That's true.
It's Lila.
I know it is. She did it. She killed Stingwell. This is a crazy idea.
No, it's Lila.
Or is it?
Or is it?
Yeah, I knew it was you.
Good guess. Too bad no one will ever know.
See you later, suckers.
Let's not.
Let's not.
Found it.
Ew. That was easy.
Hey. Looks like he went the wrong way.
Somebody save them. Well, that's terrifying.
That's terrifying.
I think I just figured out how Stingwell ended up half a mile away from here. He didn't have you.
Aww.
With these, cornered by Brunt, Roland Stingwell decided his precious ruby should remain at the Papin County Dam where he'd found it, as he considered
Save the damn
power
ruby.
of hydroelectric plant he had designed. Stingwell was struck by the irony, then by the water.
That's brutal.
After
That's right.
flushing...
Basically, we found out that Brooke came to deliver flowers and then followed Roland back up to where, like, his exit was and then locked him in the thing so that, and then turned on the water so that the water would come spewing in and then, like, fly him down and then he'd be dead.
Carry him off.
But he hit the damn ruby and, like, a whole thing.
Yes.
So that, you know, to keep it safe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Brooke came back, because he wanted to find the damn ruby.
Yes.
And then also he turns on the water and locks Simone and Emerson, so we're like, oh no.
That's not good.
Because, like, one way's locked and the other way is...
Yeah, straight down.
Yep. So, the issues. But then Simone kind of sees, like, it's a terrifying thing. There's, like, a little ledge that, like, you can stand on. So then she kind of goes on there and grabs Emerson, and they're just, like... And it's terrifying, because, like, there's all this, like, out of water goes, like...
Mm-hmm.
And we're like...
It's very precarious.
It's very bad. And also we say, Emerson says this cute line of, like, I know how Roland died, or, like, why he died, because he didn't have you.
Yeah, that's cute. And true.
It's true. And we basically find out that, like, when Brute was doing the murder, he heard the story of Lila, so then he's like, here's an idea.
Yeah, basically framed it, very easily framed it.
Hooray. Well, not, well, I mean, he gets caught, so
yeah.
We good.
Ha-ha. Nice.
Yep.
Stingwell, still disguised as Lila, Brunt had allowed the photo booth to document his exit the same way. This time, it was Brunt who was flushed out.
Nice.
Murder solved and Ruby recovered.
I mean, Amelia, the sister, gets the ruby back and pays Emerson. Hooray.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have him and Lila have a meeting so that he could see his daughter, and they're...
Yes.
The terms of the meeting in the woods were simple. Come alone, no police, and no surprises.
No one else could have done what you did.
No one else would have been stupid enough to even try.
That's
It's
accurate.
a crazy life you got going on here, Lila. The kid deserves some normalcy.
You'd be shocked how normal her life is. School, homework, braces.
She has braces. My turn to be a parent now.
Surprise.
Or shared
Because
custody.
again, I'll do what I can to get the cops to drop the kidnapping charges. Otherwise, well, shoot, ain't no otherwise. Well, take mine.
No.
No, go ahead, take it. Take it. Maybe I'll find something else.
I always could count on your big heart. Maybe I was a fool to leave you.
Well, people do stupid things when they're in love.
Lying bitch.
His car but Penny
Oh.
was alive. And perhaps, judging from her wide smile full of braces, she was with a mother who maybe even loved her as much as he did.
Having a conversation, and he's kind of like, "Can I be a father? Like, can I take custody now?" I'm like,
he wants, like, he recognizes that the life that she leads may not be one that is well suited for a child, especially his child. So he wants to be sole caretaker and be like, it's my turn.
But and then she says something like, "You would be surprised how normal life is. Like, it's like school and like friends and braces." And I'm like, if you're a drifter, how's she going to school?
Right.
Like, that's my thinking.
Yeah.
But like maybe like she has people to like watch her while like if she needs to go drifting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But Lila is still a bit of a liar.
Lila cannot be trusted.
So basically, Emerson promised to drop like kidnapping charges on her for taking Penny all those years ago, because apparently he never said anything.
Yeah.
And Lila says that she's broke and that her car's on the last legs, and Emerson says, like, because he has a big heart, saying, like, go take my car.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, and because he would give up anything to like get to see his daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then he goes to the other car. Turns out it's a dummy.
It's a dummy.
Were you like thinking that was gonna happen?
Oh yeah, I was like, there's no way no way this is gonna end happily in a way that is completely 100% happy.
Yep.
No.
And then the car was like, what's not destroyed? What am I thinking?
Dismantled.
Yes. And then apparently Penny knew to go into that car. I don't know
Yeah.
So then Lila drives off with his car, but he does get to see Penny for a little bit and like wait.
Just as she drives past, which is so sad.
It's so sad, but it's also clear that kind of like she seems like a bit happy. So
right, well, yeah, but that's tough because it's like because they make a comment about like Lila does really love her daughter, and so she would do anything to keep her, and so it's like but she does have feelings.
I guess it's kind of like the thing
oh.
of like if they go to like a court for like a custody thing, then they would have to admit the kidnapping part.
They'd have to kind of talk about there was kidnapping
So
involved,
and then Emerson would get custody and she would go to jail.
Right, but then the kid would be sad because her parent that cares about her is in jail.
And she doesn't know her dad.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you ever see those you ever see those like 2020 Dateline specials or whatever where they have like this child was kidnapped and they like send her back to like their like birth parents and they're like, I'm not happy, and you're like, this is horrible. Nobody wins in this situation.
You mean like the girl in the milk carton? Remember that book?
No, I did not read that book. I just
never heard of it. Like I never read it, but I saw the movie. It's basically like a high schooler and she like sees like back in the days when you put a missing picture on a milk carton. And she sees a picture of a missing girl in a milk carton and it looks like her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she finds out that like her parents are actually her grandparents and that their daughter kidnapped her when she was like a kid and then left.
Oh.
And then she finds her real parents back. Also Finding Carter, that MTV show with basically the same story.
Okay, yeah, but no, I see, but it's so sad because like there's no way. Like, no one ends up happy in any of these situations.
Why don't,
nobody ends up happy.
But, like, if you have a kid who's, like, been kidnapped and believe, like, this person was, like, his parent, like, this person who kidnapped them was a parent for years and years, like, wouldn't you figure out a way to, like, slowly transition them back into the family that, like, because, like, clearly there's some, like, damage and you need to, like, why wouldn't you, like, not like you shouldn't send them home right away. Maybe you should.
Well, I did see there was a special, and I'm forgetting where I saw this, like, but I did watch a show like where that happened, like, and it was like a retelling of like something that happened in real life, where it was like, you know, they would send the kid like a few minutes every week, and then it was, but like still at the end nobody was happy. It was just very upsetting and very depressing.
I just think, like,
so this is why this episode like really makes me sad at the end, because I just think those real life stories where it's like nobody winds up happy in
I
this
just think
situation.
like there needs to be thinking like the parents should understand like what their kid went through, and just like I don't know. But we do get good news, which is that Emerson's puppet book is finally going to get published.
Yay! So the story will be told.
With one episode left?
Eventually the story may possibly get told in a place where we can't see it.
Anyway. What did you think of this episode?
Oh gosh, what did I think about this episode?
You had feelings.
I did have feelings, and it's kind of like what I just said as far as, like, it's like presenting with a situation that, like, because I'm thinking through real life context of, like, having watched specials where, like, stuff like that happens, and I'm like, nobody ends up happy, and so it's stressing me out, because I think that Emerson deserves to be happy, and his daughter looks so cute. And so just, like, everyone deserves to be happy, but, like, how does this end with everybody being happy? I don't know. I mean, it's TV, so it's not real life. But at the same time, that's why it's a weird mixed feeling for me. But just like, it was cool to meet Lila. Like, she's interesting. She's fascinating. Kind of what I said before. It's like you can't trust her ever with anything, and that's very interesting. Because you don't know what to think. You have to kind of always be on your toes. Simone is a wonderful character, so it's always good when she comes back, because she's just always a badass.
Yep.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So like solid. And I have feelings that I'm still working through.
And it's like, I guess it wasn't much with like Ned and Chuck in this episode, and also there was Olive and Randy.
Yeah.
So that's fun. I guess there's no facts.
No facts.
Oh no.
Oh, empty. So sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
That's how like the show will end.
No. Oh.
It is a good thing that like when you're saying like specials when it comes to kidnapping and not like actual experience of kidnappings.
Yeah. Right.
Caitlin's never been kidnapped, as far as I know.
As far as I can recall, I have not been kidnapped.
You look like your family, though, so I think you're okay.
It's true. I look undeniably like the people who have given me life, so it's really no mystery. And also, Ancestry.com did confirm that my mother is my mother. So
I was like, you and your brother look alike.
Yeah. Well, I think it's funny with me and my brother, because I think that when you put us next to our parents, I think we look a lot alike. But I think that we got the opposite traits from our parents. Like for example, like I have my dad's eyes, but he has my mom's eyes. And like every other facial feature is like swapped on us. So that's how I think that we look. But that does not mean anything in the context of the show. So yeah.
You want to read some comments? Where were we on comments?
Let's see. Okay, so the comments I have that I don't think we've read on this show yet. Let's see. Oh, we have some Zom comments here. We have a lot of Zom comments, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, Zom, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Let's see. This one is kind of funny. This is from Bad Habits. Zom says, to be fair, if Eve is made from Adam's rib, then technically she's a clone of him, meaning he was sleeping with himself.
So masturbation?
I don't think that would qualify as
also that was like magic technically.
It's magic. There's a lot of things from ye early days from the Book of Genesis that like are kind of questionable when you start thinking about it. So we just kind of let it be. And
you mean that doesn't make sense?
Yeah, I would say. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not. Okay,
we're not gonna go in there. Today. We had a comment on our Hocus Pocus special.
Did we?
Yes. Melancholic Wallflower says, love this movie. You should react to another Disney Halloween classic, Don't Look Under the Bed. It's super good.
Oh, that's a Disney Channel movie.
Is it?
I heard it's scary.
Oh. You see, you're like, oh, but it's a kid's movie, so it can't be that scary. But I am terrified by most things.
No, but it's like a 90s Disney Halloween movie.
Just spooky.
So, like, they're actually kind of creepy. Like, I remember, like, with the first Halloween Town, like, the way Calabar looked, like, when he's, like, a monster form, terrified me.
Ooh. Spooky.
But I think Don't Look Under the Bed's about the boogeyman.
Spooky. I like these comments from Dim Sum Lose Some. where Zom says, I love how real y'alls are. I think sometimes we get like a little too real and think we gotta dab back sometimes. We get into real life sometimes. And also Aurelia Felicity says, very happy with a lot of hearts and stuff. Did you?
I think I said that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I just had a just wanted to recap that one. So yeah, look at, oh gosh, a lot.
I think there's something I mentioned about baseball oh no, I said that one. Never mind.
I don't think we mentioned recently. We have some comments from the Johnny Smith yet again, who I believe joined us on one of our live streams one day and then was talking to us. And so it's cool to see a comment, and thanks for commenting.
Yeah.
So we love to see you, because this one says another great review, and thank you. I hope you are enjoying these, or continuing to enjoy them, even as we finish up Pushing Daisies with our next episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how many other comments we want to read here.
How many more are left, and then we can do the rest?
We have some. Probably should just
do like one more.
One more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and also Dim Sum Lose Some. Zom says Criminal Minds is on like 17 seasons. The Muppet Show had
that show's over.
10 seasons. I believe Criminal Minds is over as well.
Yeah, that Mandy Patinkin's on that show too.
But what other? But which ones are still running? I can't keep track of those.
No,
shows.
Criminal Minds ran for 15 seasons.
That's too many. I think that's
Grey's
too many.
Anatomy's still on.
Once you hit 10 seasons, I think you've made a mistake. I think no show should be more than like 5 seasons. We've talked about
We've
that on
talked
the
about
show. But like no show should be more than 5 seasons.
Unless like I'd say like maybe if it's like a book series and like you're doing like a book a season, then like maybe because like there's a plan.
Well, if there's source material that has proven to work, yes. If you have like something to go off of, but just like regular planned original TV series, I don't think you need more than 5 seasons.
Like how long is the Percy Jackson TV series gonna be?
Oh God, that's a great question. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know how they're going to structure that. But how many books are there in that series? Ah, fuck. 5, 6. But well, then but then you have like the sequel series. And
if this does well for Disney,
yeah, I hope it does. I very selfishly want that to be good so I can enjoy it. Anyway,
and forget the movies.
Yeah, and I think I think Netflix is doing Kane Chronicles. It's Disney Plus or Netflix, somebody is doing Kane Chronicles as well, which is another Rick Riordan series.
Oh.
So it's like Percy Jackson but for Egyptian mythology, written by the same guy.
For some reason, like I kept thinking of like that movie that just came out with Tom Holland, that book series.
Chaos Walking? No, I don't even want to see that. I don't even.
It doesn't even look like it's fun bad. It just looks like it's bad.
It just looks like it's bad because it just looks like they were trying to make a really typical YA from a book that really wasn't typical YA at all. I did like that series.
Also, it should have came out.
I read the books.
Also, it should have came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, and so it's just like, ugh. So we're gonna let that one rest.
And also has a cast.
Yeah, there's like real people in it.
Like all movies.
Like not all movies. Some it could be all robots. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Anyway.
Know. Okay.
So that's it for this episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction.
That's it for this episode.
And we're almost done Pushing Daisies.
We're almost done.
We're literally one more episode.
One more episode.
Yes. And so thank you so much for watching us on the YouTubes, on the phone or the internet, on the internet.
On the interwebs. Thank you for absorbing our program through the interwebs.
So if you're watching us on YouTube, leave a comment. We will read it eventually on a episode. And
we'll try.
Like and subscribe. We're really close to 600, and we might do something special for 1,000.
Yeah,
we don't know what because we don't know when that number is gonna come.
What do you guys want us to do?
Yeah, if we want us to like watch a movie that can't be The Last Airbender because we already vowed for that'll be 10,000.
That's 10,000.
That's 10,000. So unless we get there super fast, in which case we'll do it.
We'll do it.
I'm gonna regret it.
Yeah, you will.
And what? I really go to the bathroom. Anyway, so.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. So, Facebook.com.
Facebook.com. That's Witty Clothes. Like, that's there. Follow maybe. Twitter at Witty Clothes.
Tweet at us.
Yes, and follow us. Yes?
Yeah.
Patreon. Give us money. We have some content up there now that's exclusive for Patreon, mainly like some live streams and some reactions for movies.
It's fun.
It's fun. We're going to keep doing them monthly, so keep watching us there. We are on iTunes if you want to rate and review and subscribe.
Yes.
We're on Spotify, so follow us there.
Yeah.
We have an email,
Listen to
wittyclothes@gmail.com.
Send us an email, maybe.
We're gonna do a live stream soon for Pushing Daisies. So if you want to, if you have like a long list of questions that you can make to the live stream, send us an email.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep, and we're gonna watch the last episode of Pushing Daisies season 2, episode 13, Kerplunk.
Yay!
I'm Dara Whitman.
I'm Cailin Luther.
Peace. I want a letter opener.
Dear Mr. Cod, congratulations.
And now, with the news that his pop-up book, Lil Gumshoe, had been accepted by a publisher
Yay.
and was going
Yay.
to press, maybe it was only a matter of time before Penny found him.
Aw. Aw. It's sad, but also a little happy, maybe. It's literally depressing.
That was fun. You good?
I'm not sure. There's a lot for me to press. We should probably talk about that.
Okay.